All right, let's get to Bamenda. Let's see what bike riders are saying. It seems like they have a lot in their hands as powers have changed hands.
Mm. Well, reports from Mezam County tells us, first of all, points out the handwriting on the wall being so clear that La République du Cameroon, the colonial government, has given power back to the peoples of Amazonia. Well, it is no business as usual with It was no business as usual with colonial instructions on the peoples of Amazonia on Monday. Now, the strong resistance being put up by the Amazonian Restoration Forces on Mondays especially has strengthened the minds of the people of Amazonia to be able to stand strong and challenge colonial instructions from La République du Cameroun. Commercial motorcycle riders are not obeying a certain restriction on the circulation of bikes from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. on some particular roads in the city of Bamenda as instructed by some colonial authorities in Mezam.
The recent communication banning the movement of motorbikes from certain areas in the city of Bamenda has been ignored by some riders in Bamenda as they have continued to ply all the areas restricted by the Colonial Senior Divisional Officer of Mezam County. The Colonial Senior Divisional Administrator for Mezam County, Simeone Mielmo, had on the 1st of December, in a document restricting certain areas and streets in the city of Bamenda from commercial motorcycles. By the ban, commercial motorcycles were not allowed to hit the roads of these areas between 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. every day till further notice, and that those who failed to comply will be punished severely. Saturday, December 2nd and Sunday 3rd, in the later hours, bikes continue to move in all these areas. Our findings in all of these restricted areas in the city have made us understand that there is no respect for the decision so far.
Well, from a bike rider, we got that, according to him, in his words, he says he only stops when they start to seize bikes. After all, they signed the last order. When did they uplift it? They did not, but then that also wasn't obeyed. Same as this current ban on motorcycles from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. The colonial government signed the document, never uplifted the order, and came back again to sign the same document. Well, that is just a show of frustration because it is an indication that they're not in control anymore and they do not dictate the tune, especially from the biker's point of view and as you can see from all that has been happening. Now, somebody else says this administrator sometimes is confused in how Slave Minister Atanga Nji once signed an order banning the sale of iron rods in the Amazonia, in Mezam, in Amazonia, but then nobody respected that. And then we're wondering, are those items still being sold every day? At one time, it was the banning of the use of plastic papers in the Cameroons. Did that work as well? The same colonial SDO signed an order banning the movement of bikes from these same areas some time back. Nothing happened before that, and now they feel the same banning of motorbikes from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. would be effective because they say so. Well, a taxi driver and so many others have reacted to these, especially motorcycle riders, and just like other proclamations, this one is set to not hold water.
Many Bamenda inhabitants are doubting the effectiveness of such a decision, given that the previous decision by the same colonial administrator have never been respected and no upliftment had ever been made, and now another injunction. Many in the town of Bamenda say the banning of commercial motorcycles at night as a way to stress the population because even in an interior area of the town, bikes can penetrate at any time to rescue a situation at night. Now, according to a resident says, if my child is sick at 2 a.m. and I live at Nanchu Quarter, would I take the child to hospital on foot? It will be difficult. It is another way to increase bribery to the colonial security officers to extort from bike riders. When the justice system fails in a state, the state itself is filled. Now, this is what an activist said.